Alright, hello. We are going to be playing Dungeon Keeper today. I'm streaming this on YouTube. No one's going to be really watching, but whatever. I'm just practicing this for maybe when I do have people watching the stream. This is a Bullfrog game. I did find out that Lionhead Studios, the company that makes Fable, a lot of the people came from the company that makes this, or that made these Bullfrog games. Today, depending on how long the scenarios are, we'll do a few scenarios, maybe 3 or 4, and then we will, yes, I will reset my campaign, and then I will cut them up into different videos. Actually, let me Alt-Tab. I am going to set a key to stop the videos. Let me see. Hotkeys. Start recording. Let's go with F9. Stop recording, F9. Now let's go with F10 to stop. There we go. Alright, first scenario, Dungeon Keeper.
Smile. Welcome, Keeper. Before you lies a happy and carefree realm. The local champion, Lord Antonius, holds the first portal gem you require. Learn how to construct a dungeon, and build up your forces so that you can crush Lord Antonius and wipe the smile from his face.
Alright, this is basically a tutorial mission. We're just building a little dungeon. This game is clearly an old game, but in it you play as the villain. These are the heroes. And the general premise of the game is that you're trying to get to the surface. So you have to go through all this area to get to the surface because the heroes have banished you to the underground area, and they are guarding these portal gems that allow you to get out. Yes, let's have them dig large areas.
And now your faithful servant Imps will carry back your gold to Dungeon Heart. Once you get them is done, the golden scale atop the screen keeps track of your reserves. I start with you, but more gold is required. 12,000 units should be mine.
I was recording. It's the only time I ever close the door. Okay. I just do it on board. You're doing homework. Sorry, I had to stop my recording because my girlfriend walked in. But we're back now. Not much has happened. I just stopped for maybe a second or two. The game just told me that these little flowers above them show their health. I can smack them around, make them lose a little bit of health. Stupid imps. Work faster. I think it gives me mana. Yeah, it gives me mana. And it's also fun. Slapping minions. Although it does hurt them. You could actually lose this tutorial just by slapping all your imps to death. Well, I've got to go get this portal. Portals are where creatures come from. And they basically are your population cap. I think it's like maybe 10 creatures per portal can enter your dungeon. My dungeon heart's full of gold. You can store gold in the treasure chest or in the dungeon heart, or in the treasury room. This video might be a little choppy because I'm going to have to edit out sometimes when I'm going to the desktop to talk to one of the people who watches my videos on Steam. If you guys want to find me on Steam for any questions for my Europe Universalis tutorials, my name's Warlord Nipple on there. I think I'm the only person named that on Steam or anything similar to that, so you can always... I'm always down to chat about Europe Universalis or any of the games that I play. I am... yeah, this is just a very boring tutorial. I have nothing to say about this. Alright, here is a goblin finally. Now we're getting through the tutorial. Goblins are pretty much the most garbage units ever, but they are funny. Slap you. Can't slap your creatures like you can your imps, they'll be mad. Yes, I know. Thank you for this very basic information that anyone playing any regular RTS would know. Alright, I guess this will be our hatchery. It's annoying that he keeps talking over me. You are rude, sir. This will obviously stop after this level. Alright.
Your goblins are well rested now, and their bellies full with juicy chicken flesh. But very soon, and then your numbers will be strong enough to challenge Lord Antonio.
Alright. Now we have the lair. They go in here and they make little beds. Each creature has a different bed. It's a nice little touch that every creature has their own bed. It gives each creature a little bit of flavor. And here are these chickens. The coops spawn them. You need at least one coop to spawn really any amount of chickens. And now my imps are going to be going through here, taking over some land. We killed these two dwarves. So when they have one little petal left on their, then that means they're almost dead. You can still take them to prison or torture them, but your imps have to do that later. Alright, now we have the... Alright, it says that he's our boss, basically. That's what the star means. So we need to go attack him.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
And now we have the gem. We get to go to the next level. And we'll see Horny. Horny is the name of the Grim Reaper type of guy that comes out and takes the gym. I'm only going to watch this once, otherwise I'm going to press space to proceed. He just pops out of the ground somewhere and picks up the gym. Ah, there's the gem. It's cartoonishly large. We get a new library, and you get these little cutscenes in between every mission that have nothing to do with the actual game. I might have to edit that sound down. That was super loud to me. I'm not sure how loud it was to you guys.
You have successfully ended
I missed a special. You get these little... there we go. You get those little score keep things. Invade Lord Darius's realm. Build a library, use the warlocks to research new spells, and train up your creatures in the training room. We're getting introduced to 2 new rooms.
Use the rooms you won from Smiles to good employ, and you'll slay dead just like
And I think we're going to have to fight someone a little bit stronger than these dwarves, who are incredibly weak. Almost as strong as the imps. Let's connect to our portal. Let's get a room up over here.
First, build a lab, and then a hatchery, then claim the portal near your dungeon.
Oh, thank you for telling me the very basic instructions of the game, sir. I'd be in trouble if I didn't know how to do those things. Alright. Started on an actual mission that isn't just a tutorial. We have our first portal, and now we can... I guess we can't summon imps yet, but we will once we get the library up and running. Let's put one... let's get some tiles so the library goes so the portals will... or so that the warlocks will come through the portal. All the creatures have their own different attacks and styles of play. Warlocks have a ranged attack, and what's amazing about and very fun about this game, I don't think we can do it in this mission, but in a few missions, you can take control of the units. You can take control of any units. There we go. You need these books for your library to work properly. But you can take control of any unit. You just grab a possession spell and you can take control of your imps and dig through any walls you wish to dig through, or you can take control of warlocks or goblins or any of the other creatures available and go and attack the enemy, and you can do some kind of glitchy things that I'll be doing later to like attack enemy or attack traps behind walls so that they can't hit you and things like that, or from the corners, and dodge enemies. Have our warlock in here. He'll begin researching the spell. As you can see, it's getting red. Once that red goes all the way around, it will have a new spell. And I think the first spell is summoning imps. Imps dig very slowly when they're digging gold up because they have to take it back to wherever. Once I can possess imps, it's much faster because I can just dig through the gold. I won't have to take it. I don't take it back myself to the treasury room. You can assign your imps jobs. I'll grab this one. I mean, you can't assign them permanent jobs, but if you grab one and put them near something they can do, they'll understand and start doing whatever you ask them to do. See, I put this one on the area that needs to be tiled. You can only build on this tiled floor. And he starts tiling it. If I put him next to a wall, he'll reinforce it, just like you see right there. Reinforcing walls. Each one of these dots basically symbolizes how fast your mana goes up. So I have 4 imps, which cost me 28 mana per second, while I have 106 pieces of land that generate that much mana. and each one of these dots symbolizes how much mana you're generating, or you're generating from each piece. And when you reinforce a wall, you regenerate more mana. And if you were playing multiplayer, it would keep you from, or it would allow you to keep your walls intact slightly longer. This game uses the WASD keys to move your camera around. That's pretty fantastic. A lot of older games just don't do that. Let's go over here and get this gold. Layers all around. I think my chicken room will be right here. A new spell. Ah, it is this crate imp. Let's get some imps going. There we go, now we have a lot more imps.
Your mana level is shown in green atop the screen. Your land will gradually renew it as it spends. A good card, Keeper. You've made good use of your warlock's studious research. Cast your new spell to create a
Now we need a hatchery.
So open neither panel of spells and select the imp's head symbol. Then cast it with a click on any land with a clue.
Oh, we're running into enemies.
You will starve if you do not go into their hatcheries. The training room is a place where fighting creatures hone their skill.
Let's bring our warlocks over to fight the goblins.
The training creatures will cost gold.
They should be able to handle it.
Born of magic, cost mana to sustain.
Uh-oh. Some of these warlocks are not doing great.
May strand your land, and if they do,
Alright, we easily beat them. And some of them drop some gold. Fantastic.
will call your creatures to defend the dungeon path. They must make sure that protection above all other paths
Let's get our warlocks researching this next spell.
make good progress. One improves his skill to level 2. A creature can train as high as level 4, but that's the limit. Further skills can only be attained out in the battle.
What the instructor just told us was that you can only get to level 4 in this training room.
It's time to rest and eat. When ready, guide them north to find Lord Barry. They wish to train their warlocks to improve their skills. To do this, drop a warlock in the training.
This guy just never stops talking.
A left click on your creature picks it up. A right click on claimed land then lets it drop. Be wary though. Don't drop them too near enemies, for the dropping stuns these beasts at a time and makes them vulnerable to enemy attack.
Alright, Jesus. Just constantly talking. Alright, now the training room allows you to train your creatures up to level 4.
Further, offering you another spell to cast, through which a thunder roll is yours to hurl against such foolish enemies who dare evade your
Alright, talking about the lightning spell. I pretty much only use this spell to stun enemies when I drop my creatures on the ground. If there's a strong enemy, it stuns him for, some amount of time, which is pretty useful, because then he will not be able to attack. Alright, I'm going to get I don't need the imp spell that much higher. I'm just going to get my warlocks trained in the training room, get them up to level 4 before this boss fight. These early tutorial levels are just very, very boring. There's not much to do. This gold around the spell tells you that the spell's getting stronger. It's being researched stronger. Once it's gold all the way around, then you have a higher level spell. For instance, the imp spell, it creates a level 1 imp, but once that gold is all the way around the spell, it'll create a level 4 imp. And they are pretty useful. Even your builder people can gain levels, which is interesting, because they have some great moves that they do. Once I can possess a creature, I can actually show you the abilities that they gain. These guys have your imps have a turbo spell that they can use, and a transport back to your dungeon heart spell. And warlocks have some magic spells and some stun spells. I don't even know if goblins have any spells. You guys are terrible. You walk faster. Yeah, that's right. Scared of me. Smacked him and he's going to train. It's like, please don't hurt me. I want to be stronger for you. No, you're awful. Everyone knows this. Creature training. These 20s that pop up show that it's costing me some amount of gold. Every time they hit something, it costs you a little bit of gold. But small price pay for your creatures to actually not be terrible like they are at level 1. Leveling up is a huge, huge part of your creature's abilities in this game. A level 8 creature is just uncomparable to a level 1 or 2 creature, especially some of the better creatures like vampires and mistresses. We actually have 2 guys researching. I wasn't sure if I had done that. But yeah, we have a few guys researching some spells for us to get the Thunderbolt spell. Really is what we need. We need the Thunderbolt spell to be upgraded. It does a lot more damage. I started playing since we have a moment, because I'm just waiting for these creatures to train up a little bit, and this is kind of an easy level. I started playing this, or I found this game probably after it was out already. I was not anticipating this game at all when it was out back in the day, but back before the internet was around, games were kind of just word of mouth things, and I might have heard about this game from one of my friends, or maybe seen it on store shelf. I had the hard disk copy of this game, but I got this one from goodoldgames.com for like $6. And they probably made it compatible with more modern computers, which is fantastic, because a lot of these old games just cannot. They just won't play on newer computers, or they play very glitchily. All right. I think we might be ready to let the enemies in. Most of our creatures are level 3 at this point. Let's just let them in. They won't be too difficult. I'm sure I can handle them with all of these warlocks.
It is payday.
You two, mind this, and you two. You have a payday, which all your creatures will go and collect gold from your treasury or creature dungeon. Depending on how strong they are, they take more or less gold, and if you run out, then they start leaving your dungeons. It's always a good idea to have some gold left to pay them. We're going to move all of our heroes over here to fight these creatures. Just a bunch of dwarves. Who cares about dwarves? Especially because we can launch fireballs at them. They are getting burned up. This is a slaughterfest. Oh, one of my warlocks is... The warlocks also have a ability that allows them to heal, which is pretty useful. I guess they get that at level 2 or 3, because I don't see any level 4s. It's very nice that they can heal each other. And Lord Darius just come through. I'm going to be using Thunderbolt on this guy. Let's get all of our guys again. No, stop running away. I have people attacking. Alright, now they're actually paying attention. A lot of my creatures are just running. Oh, he's running away? What a pansy. It's just this boss guy. I'm not going to let him hit you guys. See, I keep knocking him on his butt with the Thunderbolt spell. It's a good way to allow weaker creatures to take out stronger enemies. Come on, warlocks. You got this. There we go. Now some people are attacking. And there he goes. We have the gem. Alright, now I'm going to end this video here. I think I'm just going to go every, for these first 2 missions. That's a bile demon. We'll see those in later stages. Yeah, I'm going to end this video here. We just finished our second mission, and I think that's long enough for a YouTube video, and but I'm going to continue filming, or I'm going to continue streaming, and I will put up make another video too. So I will see everyone watching this on YouTube after the fact later. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, and we are back with our second video. I'm going to the third mission in Dungeon Keeper, and this mission is called Greed. It's on the map Ramshackle. That's what this stands for. Send the greedy Lord Avaricious to his grave, mine out all the gold in the land to entice the Lord out of his keep, and build sentry traps and wooden doors to defend your dungeon.
He's well defended, but going to lure him into his stronghold, mine all the gold within his realm.
Alright. This mission's a little different than the last ones because it's not as straightforward. We have to mine all the gold on this map. Quite an easy thing to do. And now we can build traps, which are another part of this game. Fairly big part. I like square rooms, that's why I'm building these rooms so large. I like to have large square rooms with plenty of room. It's pretty unnecessary right now, but it helps later. And now we can build treasuries to put more gold, and workshops, which allow
Place where trolls will come for fabrication of the doors and traps, which help defend your evil underground.
Alright, just explained it. Workshops allow you to build traps. They build traps there, and right now all we can build is sentry traps and wooden doors.
Fire magic boats which damage any of your foes with its place where your wooden doors in narrow tunnels to slow down hostile enemies as they
And all we can build right now is wooden doors and sentry traps. Sentry traps are just little cannons, basically, and wooden doors prevent enemies from getting so close to you. Alright, that is about our Firefly, or the Firefly that just came in. He's basically a scout that comes in very early. He's almost entirely useless besides that. I've tried to level them up to like level 8 to see if they have any amazing abilities, and I'm fairly certain that they do not. They're just terrible, terrible units that do nothing except for scout things for you. They can fly, which is pretty useful in the later levels that have lava, so that you can scout out, so that they can scout over lava and discover most of the level before you actually even get there. Let's get up a large layer over here. We'll build this other room, start connecting some rooms. This can probably be our treasury. Treasuries can always be the awkward rooms.
A workshop should be built, so trolls will come and use it for their fabrication. But everything you with traps and doors to help defend your underground creation.
Yeah, maybe this will be a workshop. I'll put the treasury up here. I prefer the creatures to not have anywhere to put the gold in the beginning of the level, because then they will stop trying to bring it all back. They'll just let it hit the ground, and they'll pick it up whenever later. I want them to be digging right now, not messing around. Oops, I created a large opening to my area. Oh well, whatever.
The new owner wishes to his stronghold. Mine all the gold within his realm.
We'll combine this room and make it a treasury workshop combo room. Workshops need to be at least 3x3 sized rooms to get people in them. Or to fit people, anyway. Let's get some sentries up over here.
Attracted by the splendor of the workshop, his craftsman's skills are set to serve him well, as one whose toil will make both traps and doors easy with effect. Well, now, choose the hammer to see the workshop panel, then select the symbol for the sentry trap. The tile which flashes near your dungeon heart is a good place as any for a sentry trap.
Alright.
Your trolls will fabricate the trap, then imps will take it to its designated point.
Alright. Thank you for all that information. Ah, right. Forgot about building a hatchery. Let's just put it up here. Ooh, can't be that big. Alright, my hatchery needs to be small because I do not have any money. Let's start mining some more gold. I put up too many sentries is the problem. These sentries will help when the Lord comes. He comes right through this way. But we can get our imps mining in the meantime, so that we can have a large hatchery ready to feed our creatures. They get very mad if they are not fed, and they will leave the dungeon. Alright, I think that's everything. I guess I could throw up a treasury over here. Treasuries don't bring in any creatures, they just allow you to store more gold. They're not very necessary. Lairs can be any size. This one's just an awkward situation that I threw up to allow the creatures to stay there. Let's get our trolls producing. If you drop a creature in an area, he will use that area until he can't anymore. Like if I drop a creature onto the training room, he will use it till he's level 4, and then he will stop using it, and he'll only leave to sleep and get chickens. Otherwise, they basically have free will, and will just go around doing whatever they want, generally using the training room, until they're level 4, and then just hanging out. Once the casino is available, they'll start using the casino. We have 2 enemy sentry traps. The computer can get sentry traps too. They're a little different than our sentry traps, though. Yes, kill this dwarf. There we go. We get some gold from him. And there's this thief. Need to kill the thief. Once your creatures get down to 1 petal like this and lay on the ground, as long as they're on any of these tiles, these little red tiles that appear on the mini-map as this red zone, your creatures will take them back to the bed that they've created. Let's get rid of this firefly. I guess I would like to explore. You can continue exploring for me. Oh, I don't have a library. I should probably get one of those. Let's build a room for it right here. I think that the last bit of gold in the land is this. I'm going to leave one of those, one of these, open, because I think as soon as I mine that, the gold is going to start, or the Lord Avarice is going to start attacking.
A sentry trap has been created in your workshop.
Let's get our goblins fighting these sentry traps. You pansy. Turn around. They're just too scared to even attack. This is very pathetic. Ugh. Fine, you lazy bones. Let's get rid of this firefly. That'll allow us to bring in other creatures that are more useful. And have these guys trained because they're not willing to do anything. They're just standing around. Once they're higher level, then they'll actually end up fighting. But low-level creatures, especially goblins are pansies.
Lock trolls within your workshop and watch their work without distraction. Although in time, they'll be able to see more things. A sentry trap has been created in your workshop.
You also, if you reinforce walls, some buildings, like the Warlock place and the training yard, or the training room, will have new items for the room. So it's a good idea to build this. I didn't get any there. That's just decorations, but let's see. I'll put another Warlock area here. Any wall that you can't dig through automatically counts as reinforced. See these little books on the wall? They are they count the same as these. You can only have so many spells, and it's however many of these bookshelves you can keep. Once I start researching lots of spells, you'll be able to see that there's little books above each one of them. And these also count, so it's always helpful to have reinforced walls, even though the computer rarely digs through them in this mode. There we go, we get a Warlock. Let's get rid of one of these goblins. Let's find the weakest goblin and get rid of him. We don't need any level 1 goblins. Oh, one goblin. See ya. I'd rather have a couple Warlocks. Let's get our trolls training too. Let's actually get our Warlock training. We don't need any more imps. We have a couple items up here. One that dispels the fog of war. I don't know where the other one is. Let's throw up a few more sentries. We'll just hide them in the walls here, so once they get closer to these, the sentries will open fire on them. Oh wow, we are almost out of gold. Well, let's end this scenario and dig this last bit of gold out, because it looks like our sentries, our 6 sentries that we have here, are doing a lot of damage to any of the enemies coming at us. I tend to always achieve in these early missions, because I'm so used to the later missions that are actually difficult. Let's move that gold for them. Dig out that gold, you foolish imps.
I will punish you for daring to despoil my land.
Alright, now we have Avaricious, Lord of the Land, coming. Oh, and he's bringing a knight. Knights are strong. But we're stronger, especially with all of our sentries. Alright, and here he comes. Let's bring up some of our creatures. Let's make him stand still by hitting him with a thunderbolt. You gotta be careful because you can hit your own creatures with a thunderbolt for some reason. Oh, and there he's dead. Very easy mission. Here comes Horny. Here's our little bonus video.
next kingdom.
Alright.
The sunlit kingdom of the heroes draws a little closer with each victory. And this was clever fought. Well done.
Alright, I think that's the last of the tutorial levels. Now we get into some levels that are actually difficult. And I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to actually end this broadcast here too. I might start up the videos later, but right now I'm feeling a little tired. I just wanted to finish these tutorial missions, get them out of the way, and we're going to start doing some actual fun missions over spring break, or perhaps over Friday night or Saturday. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.